Hello, everybody. Today is February 18th, and I'm back online. I was off for a few days because my internet was down. The Comcast guy was just here, and he said that someone cut the cable coming into my house. So I don't know why someone would do that, but I'm back. So I want to talk about Sarah Palin and the Tea Parties a little bit. I don't know if any of you saw her speech. I think it was last weekend or just before that at the Tea Party convention. She was paid a lot of money to do. And I was discussing this with the local Tea Party organizer here. I'm on his mailing list, and we go back and forth a lot. He's your typical neocon kind of guy. And it made me realize some things about Sarah Palin after watching the speech and discussing her. She doesn't have the substance that a candidate like Ron Paul or Deborah Medina does. She is someone that resonates with a lot of people for a lot of reasons, but it's not because of the facts and the policy. And that's how things go a lot of times. She's very similar to Barack Obama, I think, in that people say things like, we're just sick of the government. Sarah Palin is an outsider. She likes NASCAR. She believes what I believe. And you see these videos of people asking Palin supporters what they believe, and they can't even name anything. Now, I just think it's just change we can believe in all over again. Hope. It's the same thing. It's just people, they feel good about a candidate. They feel good about Sarah Palin. She talks a good game about smaller government and being against the liberal elite in Washington, being a Washington outsider. That's not policy. Being an outsider is not a policy. Being an outsider is just a fact, and it doesn't matter. But people don't necessarily vote on facts, and we need to somehow convince people that they need to look at facts, or that Sarah Palin is just another Wall Street bailout person, another neocon war will continue the wars forever. She doesn't, after watching her speech the other day, she doesn't talk about anything with substance. She doesn't talk about the real issues facing America. She doesn't talk about the Federal Reserve, about the government's power to tax us infinitely through inflation. She doesn't talk about continuous bailouts of Wall Street, how they've happened in the past, and how we're going to put an end to them through auditing the Federal Reserve. She doesn't talk about securing the borders. She doesn't talk about the Constitution and that we need to follow it to the letter. She doesn't talk about the Founding Fathers and specifically the very specific things they were afraid of that we've come to. She doesn't talk about the corporate government state that are just incredibly tied in. So it's very frustrating to watch and discuss with people, and they tell you things like, well, I just think we need a leader, and she is, I feel like she's an outsider. It's very frustrating to me. So I would just point out to people that she needs to talk about the real issues making a real difference. The government robbing us of our taxes through inflation is a huge, huge issue. And if we don't change that, they'll be able to tax us forever. Unlimited taxes. No matter how much Sarah Palin talks about not taxing us to death, they will tax us to death if they have that power. She continues to toe the war on terror line. We spend so much money and injure and kill so many of our own people, not to mention the people that live over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Just tons of a waste of human life and resources. She's in favor of continuing that. And just a plethora of things that she just glosses over that I think are so important. So I think the big issue with her is just pointing out that she's not that different than Bush. She's not that different than Obama on these key issues that matter. Inflation, the wars, securing the borders, constitutional rights. She's in favor of continuing all the Patriot Act torture nonsense. And the media just loves her. Everyone loves her. She's going to be the nominee in 2012. And the Tea Parties, if they're commandeered by the Republican Party, I don't know if people are going to go along with it, or if they'll kind of say, no, forget that. It looks like enough people are going along with it that the people aren't saying, hey, get out of here. This is an independent movement. This is not your Republican established movement. So we need to start doing that, telling people, I'm going to go to this Tea Party and just tell people about that, because it's very frustrating. I mean, this Deborah Medina thing in Texas is a huge deal. The video I made the other day about her and Glenn Beck, she didn't even say she was a 9/11 truther. In fact, she put out a statement afterwards, and they are just hammering her. The media is hammering her. And now there's another video, someone asking Palin, do you support another investigation of 9/11? And she said, yes, I do. And she essentially says it's a good idea. People are allowed to question things. So it's just the mainstream media is just losing credibility. I think if people expose these things, I'll put a link to that. And I don't know. I'm getting frustrated with all of this. I'm getting frustrated that people continue to buy into this BS and that it continues to happen. But I hope the mainstream media is losing credibility. So let me know what you think. Tell me what people are thinking when you talk to them about Palin and when you talk to them about the Tea Parties. What are they giving you? I'm curious to find out a lot of opinions on it. So thanks for watching. I guess that was a little bit of a rant, but I hope I got my point across. So that's all I got. Have a great day.